Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to today's video. This is an inspired by video. It's a playlist I have here on my channel where I find inspiration from another content creator, usually on Instagram. Honestly, there are so many incredibly creative people over on Instagram, and then I try to recreate their look using what I have. Now today it's inspired by a friend of mine on Instagram. Actually, her name, or her handle rather, is It's Marzipan. She's amazing. She's so creative. She's really good at eyeshadow, makeup in general, but eyeshadow is what excites me. And she's also incredibly creative with graphic design. So she makes a gorgeous look and then she takes these fantastic pictures and then enhances them to make them even more fantastic. So I definitely recommend checking her out. I've done this inspired by with a couple of her looks because they're so great. So today I'm going to be playing with the Hela palette from Oden's Eye. I know that she used this palette to do the look that I'm recreating, and so really I was just looking at the palette, comparing it to the picture and trying to figure out exactly what she did. So if any of that interests you, then stick around. In Marzia's look, she did a cut crease with the yellow into the rest of the shades. I do have some concealer, but it's been at least a calendar year since I tried to do a cut crease. I might try it today, but it might not be a good thing. We'll see. We'll see. I primed my eyes already with the Glam Eye Icing Primer. Everything I'm using is linked in the description box or mentioned if it's not available, but I try to link everything. And there's also an Inspired by playlist down there, and I will also link Marzia's Instagram information so you can definitely go check out her profile. All right, let's see how this goes. This is the Hela palette from Oden's Eye and Angelica Nyqvist, their first collaboration together. I think that we're going to be using this, and this today, I think. Again, I had to look at Marzia's picture and try to reverse engineer her look. So I have a plan. We'll see how it goes. Starting off with a Singe, which is an Angelica brush. Singe is her brand. This is EO2. I am picking up DK, which is actually one of the worst shades in the palette for me. I'm gonna go in lightly and put it right here. I'm not completely sure, obviously, what Marzia did to create this look. She's not against pulling in lots of different palettes too, but I'm pretty sure she used Hela for most, if not all, of today's look. I'm not bringing that fully over here. I just want to deepen this space, and then I'll probably try to recreate the cut crease against this depth. Can you also tell that I tried to copy her lip color? It's not very dark, but when you're cutting it with the light yellow matte, which is pretty pigmented, it'll hopefully show up a bit more. Now what did she do? I think she went into pink from here. So I will take the darker of the two pink mattes. This is called Goddess, and I'm gonna lay this in the outer corner in my standard style. She and I have a pretty comparable technique and general overall aesthetic. Marzia is way better. She's so good. But I'm gonna put this in my outer half-ish, no, outer third, I think, but not bring it up too high because I saw that she has a light pink that goes all the way up to her brows. And I'll take the smaller brush and go into Hela, which is the lighter pink matte. I'm not gonna go probably up to the brows. I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna blend out this Goddess shade. And then I'll deepen from here. And I will create the shape that I like. One of the biggest differences, I think, between me and Marzia is that she's got really light eyebrows, and I think she creates new eyebrows higher than her natural brow, and so that gives her way more real estate to create the eye looks. It just gives her so much more space, especially for Instagram, which is such an artistic place, such a great place to showcase your creativity. It's a wonderful platform for doing this, what do they call it? Editorial makeup, something that's just, it's there for the sake of it. Okay, I will deepen now with the darkest shade on the palette. It's a super deep purple color. It's called Soot. And I'm gonna keep this lower than the lighter pink that I laid down, but I do want to bring depth into this outer corner because it's going to contrast with the lightness in the inner corner, and it's also going to be working with a darker shimmer that I use. Have you guys seen any other videos in my Inspired by series? I don't know what number this is. It's probably like the 6th, maybe, is my guess. I have a lot of little series on my channel. I like to keep things, keep things mixed up a little bit. If you have suggestions for people that I should check out on Instagram, drop their handles in the comments below so that I can go check out their profiles, because honestly, I'm just consistently blown away by the creativity that I see over there. I know it's social media, and I know it's, you know, just like every social media platform, there are problems. But I have found Instagram to be a great place for creative people to show what they're doing creatively. It's remarkable. Okay, I think that's good. Now I guess it's time to cut my crease. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I've got a small flat brush here and my concealer, which, just smelling it, making sure it hasn't gone bad on me. That's how long it's been since I actually used it. I'm putting some on my hand, and I'll use that. It has been so long since I did this, I literally don't remember if this is the tool that I used to use. Feels weird. Maybe I should have used like a smaller, pointy kind of brush. But we're here now, that's what we're doing. All right, I think that given I haven't done this in ages, that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. I'm taking a small brush and going into the shade Hela, and assuming that this is not tacky anymore, should I wait? Should I wait? Let's go for it. I'm gonna lay down this Rebirth shade in pretty much the whole cut crease area, including the inner corner, and this is gonna carry onto my lower lash line as well. Look at how striking this pastel is. This is such a great color. It's a wonderful inner corner highlight, but just in general, it's so good. I'm tracing my cut crease area. You see the contrast point now against that dark, like brownish crease. And then where the cut kind of fades off into the outer shadows, I'm gonna not worry about that too much because that's gonna be covered with shimmer. I specifically wanted to make sure that the crease was well defined between the browny color and the yellow. You wouldn't get this kind of definition without cutting your crease. You would get some, but not like this. All right, well, that's looking good, right? Now for some shimmer. I will take the shade River, looks like this, and I'm gonna put this on between the two colors really, and just gently lay it down and soften it around. It doesn't cover all of the yellow, nor does it cover everything in the outer corner. Everything I'm doing is off of memory, off of looking at the picture, breaking it down, and then using my phone to record, so I haven't looked at the picture since I started this. And then I think she probably, I don't know for sure, and looking at the picture, I'm not completely certain. I think maybe she used the shade Double-Sided just to tap on the center of the lid, and knowing Marcia, how much she loves this palette, I think she probably did. This shade in particular, in her palette is panned quite significantly. So that's, I think that's about it. Let me do the lower lash line. Her lower lash line was kind of smoky. I don't remember what she did. It's hard to tell because the picture that I used for today's inspiration didn't show her eyes very open, so you could see the lower lash line. I think there might have been a whisper of yellow all the way through, but just kind of like it had been there and then blended out. So let's do that. And Marcia, because you might watch this video, you'll have to let me know in the comments. Now, I do think it was smoky in the outer half, so I'm gonna pick up Soot again. Not really smoky, but just softly smoky. I don't know if there was shimmer back here or not. There's a hint of pink in the undertone of Soot. And then mixed with this yellow, then you get a little bit of green, and then you get some yellow over here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what she did, but that's pretty. Trying to extend, I think I'll try to extend Soot a tiny bit. More of a triangle here. And this is the eye look. I don't remember a brow bone highlight. So I'm gonna go off camera and do the other side. We'll see how close I can get to make my cut crease match, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is the look. Now that everything's done, I'll first tell you what I did to finish off, and then I'll just close out this video. My baby's waking up and quite unhappy about it, so you might hear her in the background. So let me finish up quickly here. I put black in my waterline. I am wearing some mascara. I did do a black full liner and then a wing out here. I didn't do an inner corner wing because I didn't remember that being present in Marzia's picture. But you know, when I do the editing process, I'll see how my look compares to hers. On my lips, I'm wearing a liner from Italia Deluxe. This is 1044 Cabaret, and I have the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Sorbet. I used this, my Split It Painter's Paradise palette from Artitude Cosmetics. This is graphic liner. I used this for my black eyeliner, and that's it. I don't have any blush on, but I did use the double-sided shade from the Hela palette as a highlighter as well. It's this beautiful, like creamy, fiery orange pink leaning multi-chrome. It's super pretty. So that's the whole look, and I love it. Even if I'm miles off from what Marzia did, which I don't think, again, top of my head, I think I'm pretty close. I think the look is really beautiful, and I just love this whole series because it is so much fun to take something that someone else has done and try to recreate it myself. Maybe color combinations I wouldn't have thought of, or palette combinations, or just technique. Like, it's been at least a year, probably closer to 2, since I did a cut crease. This is a technique that I'm not really comfortable or familiar with. I have very little practice doing it, and yet the way that it transforms the look, and you can see the difference in just seeing the contrast in the dark shade to the light shade, I think it's really, really pretty. So be sure to check my description box to get a direct link over to It's Marzipan on Instagram. She's awesome. You're definitely gonna like all of her stuff. Gorgeous, gorgeous, so good. I appreciate you very much for being here. Thank you for clicking on my video and for giving me part of your day. Thank you to Marzia for inspiring me to do today's eyeshadow look. I wish that the kids were still sleeping and I could record another video because it's just too pretty, and it just wants screen time. It just wants to be shared with the world. But I guess Marzia did that for me. So I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing before you go if you want to see more videos like this. Hope you have a lovely day as well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.